It's time for the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Now here's your host, Pat Disabato.
All right, welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'm your host, Pat Disabato from the Southtown Star newspaper. And here's Monday, Southtown Star, preseason baseball top 10, top dog, Lincoln Way North. Gets the honor this year and very deserving of the honor. And we are at Lincoln Way North High School, folks, in lovely Frankfort. Our guest is going to be baseball coach Joe Skarbeck. So we're going to talk all things Phoenix, and going to be a lot of fun. Joe's done a great job. 4 seasons, 99-37 record as head coach. Last season, the Phoenix were 33-6, perfect 14-0 in the Southwest Suburban Red. And he is a proud graduate of Tinley Park High School, 1993 grad. So we're going to talk all things Phoenix baseball with Joe Skarbeck. We are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Hope everyone had a very happy St. Patty's Day. My boy Gerard, the cameraman, he's jonesing for some Beggars. We haven't been to Beggars in a few weeks, so got to make a trip over there. All right, folks, we're going to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. We return. Joe Skarbeck, Lincoln Way North, varsity baseball will be our guest. Stay tuned.
For over 30 years, Beggar's Pizza has been delivering you great pizza your whole family will love. But don't forget, it's not only our award-winning thin, stuffed, and deep dish pizza. We have great pasta, salads, desserts, sandwiches, and more. Our meals are prepared with the finest ingredients available, making sure you go home happy every time. Whether it's your team's victory bash, a birthday party, or just a nice night out of the kitchen, enjoy a great Beggar's Pizza at home or dine in at one of our many Chicagoland locations.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Coming out of the Lincoln Way North logo here, folks, which means we're at Lincoln Way North High School, home of the preseason #1 baseball team, the Phoenix, baby, #1 with a bullet. And we've got Coach Joe Skarbeck as our guest, making the front pages, baby.
I know.
How's that?
Well, when the guy's like, "You're in the picture," I was like, "That's not necessary."
Wow.
And he's, "Oh, you got to get in the picture, Joe. We got to get you in the picture." I said, "Oh, okay." So the kids thought it was funny.
That's cool. You know what I mean?
We're excited. We've been asking for it for a long time, and to finally get it is, a little mini goal accomplished.
Right. So I mean, besides the weather being more like winter season, not even football. It's nicer playing football than it is out there right now. But what's it feel like to be the preseason #1?
The kids aren't handling it any differently. They kind of have a internal sense of goal. And they didn't need you to say, "Oh, they're pretty good." And they also didn't need you to put them at like 2 or 3 or even 10. They're driven to the main goal, which is to be in that final weekend at state.
Yep. So you think this is a group, based on their experience and their moxie and everything, that they will respond to the preseason #1 in a positive manner?
Yeah, I don't feel that they're changing any of their expectations, any preparation. They're just set to do what they want to do.
Yep. Take care of some business.
Exactly. They're very excited.
What's the most important asset you think this team possesses?
The part that everyone kind of chuckles about is chemistry. There's great chemistry. The guys really get along. We're going to start all seniors this year. It just worked out that way. Kids have been together. It's a neighborhood school, which we're really proud of. All these kids will go pretty much to the same junior high, and then they come here together.
Yep.
So they know each other, and so the chemistry is a good thing. But that only gets you so far,
Right.
And I think the pitching's really strong. I don't think in my 16 years of being at Lincoln, I don't think I've ever seen a staff so deep.
Yeah.
We might have had a better #1 or a more shutdown guy, but 1 to 4, 5, 6, 7, and those guys are really good.
Yeah, you've got a potential of 3, ace type guys.
Yeah,
right?
Mike Miller kind of showed himself last year to be a premier guy. He gets a lot of guys out. He's really tough. Tough mentally, but also physically. He does things in the weight room and on the running track that is really impressive.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith is another guy. We saw him in the summer for the first time, and he was good. You go, oh man, he's a nice pitcher, boy. He's going to really help out. And then we got to Sandburg in the playoffs, and he just never let that poor team have a break. He's working guys in and out and throwing 3 pitches for strikes, changing speed on his fastball, and then the kind of X factor is Kyle Ostrowski, who's the sophomore. He's never thrown a pitch, but everyone's just raving about him. He is, everything they're billing. And then 2 juniors that are really nice. Brett King is going to probably be the closer, this lefty that just works really fast, throws a lot of strikes, changes speeds well. And then Joey Fredrickson, this kid is really nice, throws mid-80s, got wicked movement, late movement. And so, we're going to be pretty good on the mound.
Yeah, you got Miller going to Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. You got Kevin Smith going to Creighton, and you've got the Ostrowski kid, only a sophomore, already committed to Purdue. So that's a nice nucleus to go to battle with.
Yeah.
All right. Did you realize when this group entered North as freshmen? Did you think, hey, I have a special group here?
We identified this group in the 6th grade summer camp, honest to God. We were like sitting there. We were still at East. We had our camp over at Frankfurt Square, and we're like looking around and we're like, oh my God, Reed Hero, Josh Reed, Josh Hanzik, Ryan Pell, all these kids, and we're like, this group's for real. And we actually were doing the math, like 10, 11, 11, 12, and things, it just really has come together. And we had the success 2 summers ago. We had a nice summer last year. I don't think anyone should dispel that, losing to JCA like we did. And then they went on to the finals. So, yeah, I think it's all kind of set up for this spring.
What can prevent this group from not reaching its goals?
That high school baseball tournament, the IHSA, is so rough because it's a single elimination. So one bad call, one bad bounce. You're going to be playing against someone's premier #1 pitcher. You're going to have a big crowd and all this tension, and it comes down to the big hit. Can you get the big hit when you need it? Because usually in the sectional finals, sectional semi, what is there, 7 total hits, 8 total hits? So can you get the big hit when you need it?
Yep.
That's where we came up short last year, and hopefully we learned from it. And it certainly has burned in us, made us hungry for it.
Yeah. And have you seen, the difference from a junior to a senior is a big leap for kids, most kids. Have you seen, just by watching your kids hit, do you think there's a little bit more pop coming off the bat?
Yeah, bat speed looks good. We lost Coach Heveling, the pitching coach, and so we replaced him with Coach Nowicki to hit. And Coach Nowicki's just pouring over these kids, really working, giving them one-on-one attention. So I think that's going to be good. Yep. The kids look strong. We have a human performance class at Lincoln Way North, which is, the kids in PE are working kind of sports specific. Granted, our kids are a lot of different sports, right? They're football players, basketball players, which we're proud of. But they're, getting stronger, and I think I can see it, in the cages and, working out.
Yep. Okay. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. Kids, jump on LisaThomasSalon.com. Show your school ID, $27. Girls get a nice haircut, $17 for guys. It's all good at Lisa Thomas Salon. We come back, more with Coach Joe Scarbuck. We're talking Phoenix baseball. Stay tuned.
Teen doesn't want to be in style with the latest trends? What teen doesn't want the hottest cuts at an affordable price? It's time to get noticed with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where girls get a cut and style for just $27 and guys get a cut and style for just $17. Get the right look for the right price at the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club. Your style, perfect style. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon.
For over 60 years, Standard Bank has been a part of your neighborhood, supporting sports and other activities, working with communities as they grow and thrive, helping businesses and families to reach their financial goals. In communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, your neighborhood is our neighborhood. We can help you reach your financial goals by growing your money with My Green Checking. Interest checking with no minimum balance and no monthly fees. To learn more, visit standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
If you're in the mood for some of the finest barbecue in the Southland, then Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights is the place for you and your family. Whether it's ribs, chicken, brisket, pulled pork, or any other barbecue favorites, Bona Pit serves up a flavor explosion in a championship form. We also offer steaks, seafood, sandwiches, a mouth-watering nachos platter, and salads in a casual atmosphere, with the option of either dining inside or on our heated patio. Watch the big game in our full-service bar, or call ahead for pickup. Bona Pit in Palos Heights. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. If you're just joining us, we are not at Beggar's Pizza. We are at Lincoln Way North High School. Joe Scarbeck, varsity baseball coach, is our guest. And Joe, how I know I'm getting older is when I got guys like you who I covered when you were a player at Tinley Park High School, 1993 grad. Now you're a coach. It's like Dave DeHaan. I got buddies, kids who have already graduated. Time flies, man.
It has. It has. Yeah, I coached 4 years in the summer with Coach Anderson, and then 16 years here. So this is my 20th year of high school baseball, and it's been awesome. But yeah, it has gone very quickly.
Can you believe it, man? I mean, so you're gonna have your 20-year reunion this year, then, right? 2013.
Yeah. This is our 20th year graduating. I got some stuff on Facebook about it or something like that, and I was like, that's not for me. That must be for someone else.
It's nuts, man. It is nuts. And how's your pops? Is he geared up? He's got to be jacked up for this, right?
He unfortunately, because he's so excited about the season, says I might get kicked out of a couple games. I was like, don't even, because I get the flack for that.
Right.
But he is excited. But he's been there. He's been there with Montini. They went downstate twice. I think they took a second and a third. So he has been there. He's experienced it, and he really wants these kids to, feel what it's like.
Yep. And you make sure now. Dr. Gardner, the principal here at North, his son Scotty Gardner, first year over at Lincoln Way Central. We tabbed them with the number 10 preseason, so we're throwing him right into the fire. Any side wagers going on with Doc Gardner?
No, he did ask. He goes, when do you guys play? I think it's May 5th, and he goes, oh, I'm going to have to be there. And I say, yeah, you definitely are. I said, who are you going to root for? He says, you, of course. I mean, I hope that it's kind of like the Cubs and Sox. I'm a big Sox fan, but when the Crosstown Classic, the Sox were 20 games out, I'd root for the Cubs. So, hopefully we got the higher ranking still over them, and he'll, have to pull for us.
Yeah, I'll just watch where he's situated that game. I'll see if he's right behind the backstop or what, man. You got to keep an eye on that.
People can't believe he comes in our dugout, and they're like, what is that like? I go, it's great. The guy knows baseball. He usually sticks to himself, but one time he said, "You are bunting here." And we got to take care of it. Don't worry.
Take it care of, man. All right, well, offensively, I think this team has the ability to really generate some runs, man. You got Corey Krupski, you got Ryan Pellick, a returning all-area catcher. You got Josh Hanzik. He's your captain this year, right? Mm-hmm. You got Kevin Smith. So you got some guys, Reed Hero. You got some boppers, right, man?
Yeah, that middle of the order should be pretty good, and they'll be kind of protecting each other. Ryan Pellick will be in the 3-hole, and he had a nice guy behind him last year, and Dominic Hartman, the lefty DH. Yeah. But this year, with Kevin Smith in that, no one's going to pitch around Ryan, and I'll let Ryan run. I mean, he's a great base stealer and a base runner, and then it opens it up for Kevin. And Reed Hero, he was hurt last year. Yeah. He didn't let people know that. He actually had some shoulder surgery in the offseason, and he feels 100%. He looks back to his MVP form that one summer tournament. So I'm hoping he gets hot, early, and then we got a ton of speed at the bottom of the lineup. So I think that'll be good.
You'll be all right. How is the addition of Smith, who transfers from St. Lawrence? He's the MVP of the Catholic League last year as a junior. He transfers over the summer, comes in here. He's a heck of a pitcher. He's going to be playing third base for you guys, and like we mentioned, he's going to Creighton in the fall. What does he do to this lineup and this staff?
Well, he's been great. I've been telling people he must have gone to a diplomacy class or something. He says all the right things. He's a good teammate. I've been very pleased with him. He also has shown the kids a little bit, how to make sure you stay tough and gritty and focused and things like that. I think that's been good, but he's just so gifted. Yeah. He's a man. I mean, Josh Hanzik is, real, whippy and, long and lean. Kevin comes in and, he's 6'2", 6'3", 210, and just, he's a rock. And he's just so strong.
Some of that Catholic League mentality, swagger a little bit, which helps.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
it is a different brand of ball.
Yeah, but
not a better brand of ball by any stretch, but just different.
But I think he does it smart. I mean, he goes out there, plays hard, and he certainly isn't going to hurt our mentality.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
for sure. And he's a Twitter genius, man. He is Mr. Twitter, the kid. He's all over it,
He
man.
is. He
all over
is
it.
pretty amusing.
All right, now these seniors, like you talked about, I think it has to be a huge bonus for you guys, considering this group grew up in Frankfurt Square Baseball, which is a tremendous baseball organization here in Frankfurt Square. How much do you think that whole thing, them guys just coming up through the ranks like this, and now their senior years has helped in their development?
Well, I think they had some excellent coaching that put the kids in the right spot and understood the big thing, which was to improve the players, you know, and not just be, you know, the best 7th grade shortstop or the 5th grade shortstop. You know, they were thinking about being a team, and so they fit together really well, and they had some great coaching. But I think that part where they respect each other, know each other's strengths, and, you know, I'm not going to say there's not any competition within the team. There is, but, you know, everyone knew Josh Hanzik was the shortstop. Everyone knew Ryan Pellick was the catcher, and I think that's been great. Those kids are really driven, and, you know, we've benefited from it.
Yep. Now, there's a fine line between being cocky and being confident. You know, you got to have that swagger. When you step on the field, you got to have a little bit of that swagger. You know you're good. You're the #1 team. Does this team know the difference between that cockiness and confidence, and do they have that swagger?
I think we do have the swagger, and the reason is when you get into the cocky area, I think that's a lot of me.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't have a lot of me guys. I got a lot of guys, because they can't do it themselves. You know, as good as Mike Miller is, he's not going to strike out 21.
Right.
You know, as much, you know, I think Ryan Pellick had 6 home runs, but it was only 6 home runs, you know. So we got to set the table for each other. We got to play well. The pitchers have got to throw strikes. The fielders got to pick up the ball. And, you know, I think that'll help us kind of concentrate on the team goals and less on individual goals.
Yep. Well, I can't wait for Mother Nature to start cooperating. Let's get outside. Let's play some ball, because this is a fun team, man. I mean, you know, I've watched these kids since their sophomore year. A lot of these kids were up as sophomores, and to watch them develop like they have, and now they're the #1 team, and I think they're ready to, you know, make some big time. I mean, they made noise the last 2 years. You've won 30 games, but to take it that next step would be a lot of fun with this group.
Yeah, it is a fun team to watch. They're good kids, too. They're good guys. I mean, you see that on Twitter. You know, they are nice people, they're good citizens, you know, hard workers in the classroom. You know, they're good people.
Yeah. So hopefully it's a memorable year, my man.
Thanks.
All right, Joe, thanks a lot,
Thank you
man,
very
for
much.
coming on board.
Appreciate
Good luck this season. And folks, we are going to go to an athletics timeout. When we return, I'm going to dissect the old preseason top 10, let you know who fell where and why. So stay tuned.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
Looking for a lunch you won't soon forget? Check out the new Beggar's Lunch Buffet. Of course you'll find the great thin crust, stuffed crust, and deep dish Beggar's pizza you love, but our buffet goes even further. We have soups, salads, Italian beef, Italian sausage, pasta, and chicken. And don't forget about Beggar's famous cookie pizza for dessert. For only $7.95, it's an incredible deal. From 11 until 2, Monday through Friday, this is a can't-miss lunch that has something for everyone. So get to a Beggar's near you today.
Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Again, I'd like to thank Lincoln Way North baseball coach Joe Skarbeck for being our guest, and I have to throw a shout out to Lincoln Way North athletic director Matt Like, one of the best in the business, no doubt about it. So, all right, folks, no players of the week this week. We did have a coach of the week, Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse coach of the week. I hooked up Joe Skarbeck with a nice $25 gift card, compliments of our good friends over at Bona Pit, and get some great barbecue, and he's a fan of that place, coincidentally, so that's all good. All right, let's talk a little bit about the top 10. Obviously, we talked about Lincoln Way North being the big dog at #1, but they're going to have some competition. I think with Mount Carmel being at #2, Carmel is absolutely loaded as well. They got Jeremy Kravitz pitching, a kid that's going to Kansas. They've got Austin Dotson and Marco Borisic, both left-handers who could bring it, and right-handers Jason Gasser and Joe Kennedy. And, of course, they got shortstop Jerry Houston, a 4-year varsity starter who is going to Oregon in the fall. And they've got a great hitter in Tommy Hayes, a DH, and they got Gasser, and they just got a lot of good pieces. So they're sitting at number 2. Number 3, St. Rita. This is like something like the comeback tour. You know, Rita wins 24 games last year, and that's not a good year for them. So they're looking at making some big-time noise this year. They've got a great 1-2 punch on the mound with Jake Shepsky and lefty Mike Costanzo. Both those kids are already committed. They're only juniors. Notre Dame. Shepsky's going to Notre Dame, probably as a position player, and Costanzo is going to Austin P. Offensively, they got Anthony Ray, Connor McLean, Andrew Massey, Pete Cozy, and of course Shepsky. So they're going to get it done. They got Marty Napleton too. He's going to St. Joseph's College. Number 4, St. Lawrence. You know, you lose a kid like Smith and you think you're going to really fall off the ledge. That's not the case. They've got some great pitching. Mike Cornicker, a junior, who is going to Purdue. They also have Brad Wood, another junior, and they have senior Zach Lewis, who throws 90, 91, 92 miles per hour. So they got 3 ace studs to top off that staff. And they've got some legitimate hitting. TJ Merrick, he's going to Austin P. Also, Kyle Eston. So they've got some hitters, and they'll be able to hit the ball. They won't have problems scoring runs, that's for sure. Lockport, number 5, Teddy Snedenko. He is a Purdue recruit, outfielder, a 3-year varsity guy. They also have Danny Sullivan, and they have catcher Derek Bangert, who is a returning all-area player for the Southtown Star. And they got some 3 good pitchers. Evan Martins, Eric Duzen, who I'm really impressed with coming up from last year, and Connor Ryan. So the Porters look to make some noise in the Southwest Suburban Blue. Sandberg sitting at number 6 for us. Austin Cangelosi heading to Indiana. He'll lead the attack along with Dave Cronin, who's going to UIC. Justin Joy, Alec Nelson, and Matt Shimonis are other kids who will help out the lineup greatly. Pitching, Brian Paul, a junior. He's already committed to Michigan. He could bring it. And they also have a ton of other kids, Colin Shellhammer and Christian Muse, Sean Leland, and just a bunch of people. And my boy Alec Martinez, a sophomore, he should get some time on the mound, in the outfield, in the infield. So good luck to the Eagles and Jimmy Morsavillo. Lamont, they're sitting at number 7. They've got 2 kids going to LSU, catcher Mike Papirski and left-handed pitcher Jake Latz. Those kids are only juniors, and they've already committed to a big-time school and program. Lamont's going to be able to pitch the ball with Latz, Jake Terrazas, and Charlie Wright. And they got a bunch of other kids in the mound, and they got some lefties as well. Offensively, Alex Broskovich, Connor O'Brien, Billy Hayes. They'll be able to hit the ball a little bit. Andrews, number 8. Danny Durkin going to Michigan State, leading the attack. He had 500 last year. Also have Zach Klakowski, who's got some major power from the left side. Ryan Supple, Mike Grenda, Dennis Villamack, and Ryan Forrest. Kids who've got some speed, more gap-type hitters, and if they can get on base, they got the big boys in Durkin and Klakowski to knock them in. Question mark for Andrews going to be on the mound. They really don't have an ace type of kid. Be nice if North or someone would have borrowed one of their kids to become ace. But Cameron Simic, Kevin Walsh, Kyle Fitzgerald, and Ryan Forrest will all vie for some innings. Number 9, defending Class 3A champion Marion Catholic. They return a lot of good kids. Brad Bolin, a Northern Kentucky recruit. Pat Swanson, Eric Callahan, Brent Feldner, Pat Schmidt. And they got Reggie Johnson, a pitcher who didn't get much ink last year, and he's already signed to go to Missouri. So we'll see what the Spartans can do this season, defending their Class 3A crown. And in Lincoln Way Central, Scotty Gardner, a Lincoln Way Central recruit, takes over the helm. He's got a ton of pitching. Ryan Kane, Dan Doherty, Brad Bass, Matt Mikologic. I say that right? Pretty Mikolchik, okay. He's a stud. He had an ERA below 1 last season. And Kevin Mampy. It's all going to come down to hitting. Lucas Jones, Sean Berry, A.J. Murdoch, and Mampy are the key guys. So that's our top 10. We'll see how it shakes. Got a bunch of other teams knocking on that door. Shepherd is my sleeper. Watch out for Shepherds and Richards as well. Those 2 District 218 teams, they got some potential. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. We return high and tight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oakbrook Promenade.
What teen doesn't want to be in style with the latest trends? What teen doesn't want the hottest cuts at an affordable price? It's time to get noticed with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where girls get a cut and style for just $27 and guys get a cut and style for just $17. Get the right look for the right price at the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club. Your style, perfect style. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon.
Since 1970, Standard Bank & Trust has been a landmark at the corner of 95th and Western. We're still at the same convenient location, and we're better equipped to serve your needs. So stop by and meet our friendly, professional staff. They provide personalized service and a wide range of products to help both businesses and individuals reach their financial goals. In the Evergreen Park area and in communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, we're your neighborhood bank. Learn more at standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
All right, well, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, high and tight time, folks. And you know what? What I've learned through the years is coaches today are very thin-skinned, more so than years past. You had those old gruff guys that, you know, they were just, they didn't care really what you wrote. You know, they respected the fact that I had a job to do, and if it was, they perceived it as being, you know, something that wasn't favorable to their program, but they realized I was being honest about it. Today, you know, there's some coaches, especially this basketball season, man, that you could write the truth, and you could write it in a way that, you know, is so soft and put in a kind of a vacuum. But these guys just, they get all upset. Some of these guys. Some coaches are still very good. They realize, they respect the fact that I have a job to do. But some of these guys, they don't even want to talk to me then. Right away, boom, they're done. And I actually approached one of them last week. I said, listen, if you don't agree with something I say, don't go to one of my colleagues, don't go to my boss, just give me a call, man to man. I totally understand. If you don't like something I write, I can handle it. You know, but that's the only, communication is the key in every relationship. Just call and talk about it, and then we either agree to agree or agree to disagree, and we move on in this relationship. Because as it's been proven, I've been around a lot longer than a lot of these head coaches, so we have to get along. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great week. Hopefully Mother Nature turns up the temperature a little bit. Take it easy.